So tonight we're gonna read our bad reviews. So one of them said it has nothing convincing to say about time, memory, history, war, or the relationship between one warrior's glorious return and the lives of his family, adversaries, comrades, friends, and neighbors. It lacks psychological, emotional, political, and ethical depth. Its narrative structure is gimmicky. Actually, no, wait, that's the Odyssey review. So we're the Vox Cascadia podcast. So welcome back, everyone. My name's Chuck. We have our buddy, Little Babe Connor there. Say hello, Connor.
Hello, Connor.
And Tyler's not with us tonight, but we have Tristan. So Tristan, say hello to the fans.
Hello.
Or whoever happened upon this podcast. So, Connor, I feel like that was a synopsis. That was my synopsis of the Odyssey. Tristan, have you seen the Odyssey yet?
No, I personally refuse to.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm mad about it being in 70 millimeter IMAX.
Yeah, and there being like 2 theaters in the country that you can actually watch it on.
Yeah, it is funny watching Americans complain about it because like 25 of the 40 IMAX theaters are in the U.S.
Yeah.
And then there's like 1 in every other country in the world.
Connor, you and I have been talking about the Odyssey this weekend.
Yes.
And we've been giving our opinions on it. So you agree vehemently with... Or disagree vehemently. I can't say that word. What am I trying to say?
Disagree vehemently.
Vehemently? With my synopsis of it. You loved it, right?
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I like a few minor things that I think came more so from the filming style they did where they only used IMAX cameras. It seems to have kind of reflected in some weird blocking of shots occasionally.
Mm-hmm.
But I think in part I only noticed that because I was looking for it because I'd seen something talk about it beforehand. I really liked it. I thought it was a good movie. I understand it. Not everyone liked it. You fell asleep during it because it's just so boring to you, apparently. But I think that has more of having to do with going to a movie at 7 a.m.
Well, my biggest beef with it is I haven't actually seen it yet. And I was just gaslighting you all weekend.
Shit.
So.
Yeah, I hate you. I called it. So remember how Chuck said he went and saw it? He totally lied to me, like I thought he was, but then he said he didn't. He hasn't seen it. He's just been lying to me because he's a piece of shit, and this is why I have trust issues.
The best way to see the Odyssey is don't see it, as Nolan intended.
And gaslight your friend.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, well, Chuck wasn't going to go see it. He's not going to pay a movie theater ticket for that. He's going to wait till he gets it for free on an airplane in like 6 months, and then he'll go see it.
So for those,
I just broke my phone, which is really annoying. Like right before we started this.
Awesome. So for those who aren't watching the video version, Connor was turning around and lamenting to his wife about how I lied to him the entire weekend.
Because I was telling her that I thought you were fucking with me because I was like asking, when did you go see it? And you weren't giving me an answer. Then you're like, oh, I went Saturday at 7. And I was like,
I didn't say that. I said there was a 7:30 showing. I didn't say I attended the showing.
Well, you implied that, you piece of shit.
I did. My friend. I mean, you may have inferred that from the fact that I said that. But, yeah. So, yeah, I actually do want to see it. And there was a 7:30 showing that I was going to go to if my buddy could go. So that's just a long and drawn out way to say hi, Tristan. So thanks for joining us. Tristan, who won a golden ticket last year at Kill Scream 4.
Yeah.
Fantastic member of our community and the KTC staff. Really
doesn't lie to me about seeing movies and other things.
Do you know that?
Are you sure about that? What?
He hasn't done it yet, at least. So
that's fair.
That you know of.
Yeah, that you know of. So, but Tristan's come on to talk about the new hotness and the very divisive kill team, the other divisive thing in the universe right now, not the Odyssey, the Exodites.
Dinosaurs.
Yeah. Elves riding dinosaurs. So we got the full rules for them last week, and so we didn't really we recorded before the rules actually dropped. We had some of the preview rules. Now we have the full rules. It's in like real influencers' hands and not ours. But Tristan's been diving into the rules this weekend, and they are going to actually help us to parse what this team really is, and is it the be all end all, or is it really trash? So before we get to that though, Tristan, I want to learn a little bit about you. So I want to learn how you ended up here on a Monday night talking to me and Connor about Kill Team. Like, where'd your hobby experience start?
I mean, like a large amount of people, I started playing Warhammer during COVID. Because me and Megan, my now wife,
Congratulations.
we started dating right before COVID happened, and Megan's parents owned, no longer, but owned a game store in Salem. So they've been Warhammer people forever. So Megan's dad got me into Warhammer, and then I desperately trolled through Salem till I could find a game store to go to, and ended up at Shiv, and
Rest in
was
peace.
rest in peace, and was not was peer pressured by Tyler into playing Kill Team. My first actual game of Kill Team was against Tyler, and I lost terribly and horribly.
That's because Tyler's the worst person to play your fucking first game against.
They are
absolutely.
not. Yeah, he's not very fun to play against.
Yeah.
At least for your beginning time. Otherwise, he's great. But if you're
Yeah,
learning Kill Team,
and then
he's kind of a dick.
it lit a fire in me to want to play more and more of this game, and now I can consistently beat him, and it's fine. It's great.
Yeah, Tyler's never won a golden ticket, so
Exactly. Tyler hasn't had the honor of losing to Brandon Bean and then winning a golden ticket. You know, it's great.
yeah. Hey, I mean, here's the thing. You know what? Kill Scream is always one of the last events before the World Championships, including this year, October 23rd, 24th, 25th at the Hilton DoubleTree in Portland.
Are we before Atlanta? Well, we'll be bigger than Atlanta.
Well, that's just Grand Narrative this year, though.
Yeah.
It's not actually. Worlds is actually in December. October is actually loaded. You have LVO, you have NYO, and you have CritCon with Kill Scream. So that's one of the benefits of coming to Kill Scream, is that a lot of people that have golden tickets already are going there. And so yeah, it fell down to you, but you know what? That's how Tanner got their ticket last a couple weeks ago. And so you know what? Nothing wrong with that.
Oh, absolutely. And it was a great learning experience for me.
Yeah.
To be that tired at the end of the event and just Brandon just goes and runs through you.
Oh yeah, I mean, you know, everybody. Hey, that was Kill Scream 2 for me. So, because Kill Scream 2 was a 6-round event, 6 rounds, 6 rounds,
Yeah.
and I made it to the top 4, and I beat Matt. What's Matt's last name? Connor.
Matt Small.
Matt, no, Matt moved to the East Coast.
I'm sorry, Matt. I'm not remembering your last name.
I'm not remembering Matt's name either. So, beat him with Casterkin, and then got dumpstered by Brandon with his Blooded. So, you know, I understand that. But unfortunately, he didn't have a ticket at that time, so the ticket didn't get passed down to me. But
and so that's why you decided to like help join KTC and make sure there was more people doing events, so that way, if that happened again, you will have a golden ticket.
Or it was just such a stunning defeat that I just decided to retire from professional Kill Team. So.
Is that what happened?
No, actually, I did get involved with KTC, and I don't have enough time to play anymore. So, yeah. But that was the past. That was last year. Let's talk about the future. So, let's talk about dinosaurs. I mean, I think that the models are fantastic. I feel like the new Exodite models, like, they look great. They got little dogs with them too, but like I said, they're very kind of divisive if they are any good or not, or even worth like playing in Kill Team at this point. So Tristan, do you want to give us a little primer on the Exodites for those who haven't dug through the rules?
So you know, we'll go like Exodites. You get 3 dudes riding on dinosaurs and 2 little dogs. Your good old operative selection, you get to take exactly what the Kill Team tells you to.
Mm-hmm.
You get 1 clan blade, you get a lay stalker, you get a stone singer, you get 2 little Draculith dog things. Like, they're all just big dinosaurs. You have, I think it's what is it, stat line wise,
24 wounds, 3 up saves on everyone.
Technically 12-inch move, 3 up save, 24 wounds. They can't move technically more than 9 inches forward in activation, but they are a 12-inch move. They get to activate twice. Like, stat line, I think they are a terrifying thing. They all have a decent like shooting weapon of like solar carbine, so they all have this. 4 attacks, hitting on 3s, 3/3, devastating 1. It's fine. It's not amazing.
It's not even a bolt pistol. It's a bolt pistol. That's a bolt pistol. Dev 1.
Bolt pistol with def 1. Okay. They all have a 6 attack melee weapon, which is cool.
Which is their dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs are sick. That's fun, I guess. 6 attacks, hitting on 3s, 3/5, brutal, not bad.
Yeah.
And then that's where like the main difference is. So like Clan Blade is your more melee focused one. He's got the Moon Blades with 5 attacks, hitting on 3s, 4/6, lethal 5s. A power sword. Wow, crazy.
Yeah.
And I mean they've all got little differences. For some reason I'm just seeing this. The Lay Stalker has a knife. I don't know why.
Oh, he does. I didn't notice that either.
Blade. I
Okay.
don't know why you would use this.
I'm
I guess
trying to think,
lethal
like,
5s. If you're trying to like
lethal
if you're trying to kill a frenzied goat.
Maybe that.
Yeah, I'm like, is the math with 3 dice hitting out with lethal 5s better than 6 dice is fishing for 6s?
Yeah, especially because they have a reroll ploy for their dragons.
Yeah.
So I feel like the dragon is just better in most instances. But
Yeah.
Real
quick on the stat lines. We haven't seen stat lines like this.
Mm-hmm.
Like the closest we have is maybe like Raveners, but they have nothing. They don't have 3-up saves.
Well, like the Patriarch, I guess, is the closest technical thing.
I mean, Patriarch still saves, I think, on 4s though, too. So, so it's these are. I mean, these have to be like super hard to shift off the board. You got 24 wounds. You got a 3-up save.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way these are even getting picked up at all, right?
Yeah, it would be so scary if that was true, wasn't it? But no, we'll get to that. They have let's start with some of their special faction core rules.
Now, did we talk about the dogs yet?
Oh, dogs.
Can't forget the dogs.
The dogs. The only thing that can climb onto a vantage.
Yes.
They have 2 dogs, little Draculus. They're 2 APL, 8-inch move, 5-up save, 7 wounds, 4 attacks, hit on 3s, 3/4, rending. They have a weird way to get their speed mechanic, which we'll go over in a second.
Mm-hmm.
But the other thing is they can, they're beasts, so they can only charge, fall back, fight, dash, guard. They get to pick up markers, place markers, and do mission actions if their owner is around, which is the Lay Stalker specifically is in charge of the dogs. And if the Lay Stalker dies, they don't get to do smart things anymore.
I do kind of like that it's the ranger that like controls the dogs. That feels pretty fitting, but also kind of a weird condition for a team with 5 models.
The Lay Stalker in 40k is the one that gets to keep the dogs if you just make the characters.
Nice.
Which is fun. But all of this, all those stat lines, they sound totally great. If it was just those stat lines, they got to move around normally, I'd say they'd be terrifying. Basically just 3 patriarchs just running around doing whatever they want. But unfortunately, we are hampered by some not the worst things in the world. But so they have faction abilities. We have Drakesteed Agility, which is specifically for their mounted dudes. They don't get to charge. They don't get to dash. They don't get to reposition or fall back. But they can sprint and they can turn.
Okay. There
are like 2 cards to explaining how a sprint works.
Yeah.
It's a 0 AP action. So they'll be moving around a lot overall because they will be moving all the time. But they get to move straight forward in like 1-inch increments up to 9 inches is their technical limit. But basically they get to be placed in a location that they can be. They must move directly forwards in a straight line in increments of up to 1 inch. They round increments up to 1 inch. They cannot move more than 9 inches forward or 3 inches backwards in a single activation, and they can't move more than 12 inches total in a turning point.
So pretty limited. Pretty limited what they can do for move. I didn't realize actually there was 0 AP to do a sprint. So
it is.
I mean, these guys can move without spending any of their 4 AP. They must be just zooming around the board. They can hide behind anything and they can just kill everyone, right?
Yeah. They super terrifying, so far, very scary. They can only turn 45 degrees though.
Okay.
So that they can during a sprint you can turn up to 45 degrees, and then they have a separate action called turn, which allows them to turn up to 45 degrees. So in one activation, they can turn up to 90 degrees. Can't turn around corners though. So a 90-degree corner will stop them from going basically any farther forward. Because you cannot. It's a whole thing in my head.
Just because they're moving so fast.
They're moving so fast. They're very scary, very fast. For your enemy's purposes, their sprint action is treated as a reposition or a charge if they end up in engagement range. And then the turn is treated as a dash or a charge if they end up in engagement range.
Okay. So some limited movement, but like they still got 24 wounds, 3 up saves.
It's not the worst, I think it's fair for 24 wounds, 3 up saves to have some limited movement options.
Sure.
Oh, right. With movement, they can't climb. I guess this is in the cavalry tactics is the climbing thing, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah, there's they can't so with another 2 cards worth of rules just for this. So when you're setting them up, you actually looks like you don't set them up on the board. You set up your dogs first.
Yes.
And then during their first activation, you have to set them up on your board edge. They have to be touching your board edge, and then they can start to do their movement, but they don't set up on that. They can't be in cover from light terrain or obscured from terrain parts that are less than 2 inches tall. That's unfortunate.
That less than 2 inches tall and not wholly intervening. So if you can see any part of their base, you can shoot any part.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, I think it'll be fine. That's so easy for them to deal with.
Yeah, I mean, and then it's like they're on small bases. They're not on giant oval bases or anything, right?
No, they aren't on the same size base as an Outrider.
Okay.
As a Space Marine bike. No. They're just on little 32s. Two of them.
So one thing you were mentioning is they can't get up on Vantage.
No.
But they do have some extended fight to help you from not being able to hide on Vantage. So if you're, you can perform a fight action, the distance requirements of its control range are changed to 1 inch horizontally and 4 inch vertically until the end of that action. So even if you're standing on a ledge, as long as you can get to the edge of it, they can stab you.
Yeah.
No. Or bite you. That's all you're going to be using is the bite most of the time, I think.
The melee guy might use his at the very least. But there's that. They oh my goodness. Yeah. So many things. I promise I've read these beforehand. This rule's so long.
There's a lot to these guys.
Yeah. I mean, there's a paragraph of fluff, and then there's again literally like 2 cards worth of basically like how to do this one piece for each of them. So
yep. They can only spend up to 3 APL per activation. Great. When you do deploy them, they are counted as having done a turn, so they spend 1 AP to deploy. Because the turn is 1 AP.
Yeah.
And then otherwise, they can move. They treat all terrain that is 2 inches or that is less than 2 inches as accessible, so they can move through it or over it. And then any equipment terrain feature that they move through, they break. There's been several discussions about how they don't break ladders, but maybe they break ladders, but they also definitely don't break ladders. I think the Dino can break a ladder, but
I fall on the Dino can break the ladder side because it's a piece of equipment, but
it's a piece of equipment. I mean, I get the argument comes from that technically ladders don't have anything that say that you go through them anymore when you move. But I think that's semantics. The dinosaur is going to knock over your ladder. I think it'll be fine.
These are really, really sturdy ladders. I mean, I can't get them to stay up on a wall when I'm playing the game, but apparently dinosaurs can't go through them.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Okay, we're almost done with the faction rules that apply to all of them.
Yes. So last thing we have for the faction rules to apply to all of them is I can't pronounce anything today.
Speed.
Help me.
So each of them are all applied to speed levels at all times. So if you've not moved or have moved less than, or if you've moved 3 inches or less, you are speed 3. If you move 4 inches or more, you are speed 4. If you move 7 inches or more, you are speed 7. These are not like stackable. So you're speed 4 or you're speed 7. You're not speed 4 and speed 7, which applies to some of their strats, which have specific restrictions based on what speed you are actually at.
Real nitpicky thing here for me. It bugs the shit out of me that you have 3 speed levels. You have speed 3 minus, speed 4 plus, and speed 7 plus. Why isn't it just like speed? I guess it's just if you move less than 3, is that what it is? That you're just speed
It should have said
minus
like
3
walk,
minus?
run, and sprint mode instead of
Or use
sprint,
shapes or something.
They just use horse language, you know.
Canter.
Walk, canter, sprint. There you go.
There you go.
Be perfect. It'd be easy. Does it say? Oh yeah. And then the other thing this rule specifically gives to them is if they are speed 4, they can retain a defense dice as a normal success without rolling it. So they do get cover dice technically, basically.
Yay!
But they also don't get covers. If you're speed 7, you can retain a success dice, a cover dice essentially. You can retain a critical success in defense.
Okay.
Awesome. Great. The Dracolith operatives also have the speed rule, but it's done differently because they get different numbers. So they're actually speed 4 at like 3 inches or something like that. And then they're speed 7 at 6 inches. Because why not?
Yeah. I mean, it's not confusing enough. So
Not confusing enough.
Yeah.
Okay. Now's where
now,
like the action.
We have. Oh, I was gonna say. So those are the faction rules, and these are, since they're elves, they're tricksy elves, and they're not evil elves. They got a bunch of different things that you can put on them, kind of like the Blades of Cain, right?
Yeah, they're like Blades of Cain.
Blades of Dino.
Blades of Dino. Yes. This is where they start getting more technical in the weird little things that you can do. So each one of them has 5 different extra abilities you can choose from. At the start of every battle, you will pick 2 for each one of your operatives. So there's 5 specifically for the Clan Blade, 5 for the Lay Stalker, 5 for the Stone Singer. You'll pick 2 of them, and they get both of those abilities for the battle. These are also long and wordy and complex for some reason, because this team needed 24 pages of faction rules.
Yeah.
Love it.
It's literally looking through the app. I watched Canyon Rollicrit the other day to do his thing, and if you go through the app, it's out of order from the book that he used. So like I'm like scrolling trying to find these. Yeah, each one of these is a card worth or a page long, basically.
Yeah. So the Clan Blade ones are mostly focused around a little bit of movement. Most of them are kind of spread into a little bit of movement, a little bit of defense, and a little bit of like aggressive stuff. Clan Blades being, I think, like the most interesting ones. I can go over all of them, but the most interesting one I think for the Clan Blade is it has the ability to sprint after it kills something. So it can sprint into engagement range, fight something. If it's no longer in range of any enemy operatives, it can immediately sprint again using the rest of its movement. I mean, just nice little movement, get in and out of things. Seems useful. Kind of combos with one of the strats they have later on of being able to do a pickup, drop, or mission action during a sprint. So could run through, kill something, do an action. Awesome. Super cool. Seems interesting.
Gotta always love the Consolidate rules. They're just fun and very useful, especially for a team with this little amount of dudes.
Especially when you don't end up having to like actually charge things with them. They can just enter engagement range, which creates funny little circumstances that, because they don't actually fall back from anyone, like for Nemesis Claw, what are they called? The chain
snares.
Chain snares don't work because they don't actually fall back actions.
Yeah. Now, is that the Moonsong Cull? Is that what we're?
Yes, Moonsong Cull.
Sweet.
And then he has Spectral Nimbus, once per turning point. after your opponent rolls their attack dice, but before re-rolls, you can use this roll. And your opponent can't retain crits of less than 5, so it just forces them to only retain crits of 6.
So tilting shields.
Tilting shields, awesome.
Sweet.
Focused reflection. Anytime you save with crit, your opponent takes 1 damage. Fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Situationally useful, I guess. Spear Tip of the Clan is probably one of the better ones. If you're speed 4, he inflicts 1 additional damage with his first normal in a fight. If you are speed 7, it is just +1 flat out to the normal damage of his melee weapon.
Yeah.
Awesome. Seems fine. Bladed Stance. When he's fighting and retaliating with the Moonblades, he can block before the normal order. Also fine. And then, so that's all of his, 5 ones. I think probably, the movement one seems really nice. Just continuing to move more. And then I guess, most of them are situationally useful for depending on what your opponent is.
Yeah, it feels like if you're going to be playing against people that get a lot of lethal rending or severe, you're going to be doing that Spectral Minimus. Focused reflection, I feel like, is one that you're not going to use much because if you block a crit, if you're taking shots, you do 1 damage, which is changes breakpoints, but
that 1 extra damage, they have so many ways to do basically that 1 damage, I think. Well, but he does specifically because he has the extra damage on his melee. They have a way to do charge damage overall. So I don't think they're really worried about that. And besides, you're already getting shot so much that it doesn't do anything. By the time that you actually are able to take advantage of that extra damage you've been doing, you're probably dead.
Yeah, I guess you could pair it with their speed movements because you can auto retain crits, but it just seems like it's not going to do much. I feel like Bladed Stance would be good too if you're gonna be fighting a lot of melee people, and then all the Spear Tip of the Clan would probably maybe good into like horde teams because you can change a lot of damage breakpoints.
Yeah, with the Spear Tips of the Clan and their damage charge strat, the oh my goodness, Clanblade can 1-shot 7 wound anything if he really wants to.
Yeah, which
is nice, but also again situationally useful. Every time I look at these rules for this team overall, there's fun little combos you find, and then you think about the fact that you can't take cover again, and then it just doesn't matter.
Falls
apart. But Laystalker, your sniper. I think he has more interesting, unique rules that will end up being more useful. First one, Nomad Executioner can shoot while sprinting.
Pretty cool.
That seems fine. Notably, so they have a specific rule that allows them. They have a strat for balanced while moving speed 4. Notably, this ability takes place before they have a speed stat, so he wouldn't get that balanced from it. So if he can, often just moving the 4 and then shooting is still better for him. If he's going to move and shoot at all, which he doesn't really want to do moving shooting because he has a sniper profile that is only if he only moves 3 inches.
Yeah, he's got his long rifle stationary, which is 4 attacks on 2s, 3/3 dev, 3 aimed, which is you can't move more than 3 inches.
Yeah.
You can guard with it. Actually, in NFC, he's on guard. You don't drop a dice, right? Or you don't hit worse.
He has an ability. One of the 5 abilities lets him guard on any
gotcha.
Kill zone, and that ability also means that he doesn't drop his stat when guarding. Elusive Phantasm, is that the next one? Yeah, Elusive Phantasm. I think this one's more interesting. At the end of the firefight phase, he just gets to move 3 inches.
Okay. And that's like everything's done like right before you do anything else, move them
Yes.
3 inches.
Yeah.
Cool.
As long as an enemy operative isn't within control range.
Yeah.
Or a turn action, which is also useful.
Turn action would be really big too, because if you can set up for your next move, since you can, because you basically do you can do up to 4 turns a move, right? Because you get a free one with your sprint, and then you can pay an APL for one in each of their 2 activations.
Yeah.
I don't know if we mentioned too that they have 4 APL spread across 2 activations. They each get to activate twice, basically, until they're
like the
before they're expended.
type of vibe.
Yeah.
And like I think that one is definitely a good tech option. Like I feel like the Lay Stalker has some just very good tech options for being able to move and do things, which is nice. Fated Shot is interesting, I guess. When he performs a shoot action, you can select one of these rules. Either an enemy operative can't be obscured, or you can shoot, even though they have a Exodite Dragon Master within their control range. Shooting control range is always nice.
Yeah.
I have no problems with that. That's always useful.
Yeah. I think this might be like one of the best ones they have, just because it'll let you still hurt your opponents while your other guys are safe in combat type of deal.
Yeah. Especially because they have such big bases. Depending on who you're fighting, you can get so many people in control range and just kind of pin people down. Seems nice. Seems also very useful because you're probably going to be in control range of things a lot with how big your bases are. Nexus Sentinel is the one that lets them guard as long as they haven't or if they're still speed 3. So he gets to move 3 and guard. Fine. Ignores the worsening of his hit stat. Also fine. Gloaming Mantle I think is kind of interesting. I mean, it's kind of nice. It lets you if you can't retain cover, if you're more than 8 inches away from the thing that's shooting at you and you cannot retain cover saves, you get to retain 1 automatically. Right? Is that what
it's good? Yeah, I mean there's going to be a lot of times where you can't retain cover, right?
Yes, and that's separate from their speed values, so you could feasibly stack that with retaining a critical and then retain a normal as well together. Seems nice. Seems fine.
Oh, so Lay Stalker's got some neat stuff. I like the shoot into combat one.
Yeah.
And then the retaining is probably a little extra damage mitigation, and then
nice,
like the
how
extra
big their bases are. I'm not sure how I guess since they can't ever retain cover, there will be a lot of times they'll be farther than 8 from you. So I'm like, that one's not good. Their bases are big, but they're going to be getting shot all the time. So it'll be better.
Lay Stalker will be trying to.
Yeah.
Because he's also the worst in melee. Interestingly, the Lay Stalker does have a unique dragon that doesn't its melee to hit stat doesn't worsen with injured. It stays the same.
But he's probably the one going to be least amount of time in battle.
Yes. Interesting. Yeah. I don't know. Okay, then we go to the Stone Singer, your Psyker. So at base, your Psyker simply gets to heal your operatives. So this is just his basic action that he has on them. They all have their own specific abilities that do apply to them, which I think we forgot to go over, or at least I forgot to go over.
So that's a Song of Renewal is select one friendly Exodite Dragon Master visible to this operative. You get 2d3 wounds, or you can do just d3 for all of your Dragon Master, and so that would be the dogs too, because it doesn't say mounted.
Yes,
so you can heal the dogs with that too.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I mean, like that's nice. Other actions it has, so it can pick up to 2 of these, of course. We have Whale of the Worlds, which is a 1 AP action. Select 1 visible enemy operative, and subtract 2 inches from the move stat of that operative and each other enemy operative within 2 inches of it until the end of the next activation, unless it's mounted. This does not affect other Exodites. And then also you roll 2d3 separately for each of those operatives. Inflict damage onto that operative equal to the difference between their new move stat and the result.
So let's see. So this is a AoE like trap essentially to slow people down. But say if you if you roll if you knock somebody down to 6 movement, you have to roll basically 5 or better on 2d3
So
to
it's
do anything,
2d3.
right?
So I mean, most of the time I think it would knock people down to 4, right? Typically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you want to roll
Um,
like a 2 and then they take 2 damage. Or you
Yeah,
roll
so
a
you roll
6.
2d3 separately for each of those operatives. You inflict damage on them equal to the difference between the results. So basically, you would want to roll two
Okay.
3s, and then they would take 2 wounds. If their movement characteristic is now 4,
Okay.
is the difference.
So that
If their movement characteristic is 5, if you roll 2 3s, they would take 1 roll wound. It doesn't do a whole lot of damage overall.
It's a nice little bit of chip. The AoE
Mostly
aspect
a
seems a little bit
combination of
better.
the movement and the little bit of chip,
Yeah.
making them a little bit slower, chipping a little bit down, but also like,
So does this work both ways on the dice though? So if you roll, say you knock them down to 4 move and you roll 2 1s, they'd still take 2 damage, right?
Yeah, because that's the
maybe.
difference.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's a little better than I thought
snake
it was.
eyes or box cars, essentially.
Basically, yeah.
It's a little better than I thought it was, because I was in my head it was like, okay, you got to roll over their 4-inch move, but you can roll under their 4-inch move and still do damage too.
Yeah,
it's definitely. I like this ability. I hope to see more mechanics in future teams, maybe similar to that, like the rolling 2d3 based on stat lines and stuff is kind of a fun one.
Yeah, it's interesting. Then he has Cleansing of the Pale Moon. Pretty simple. 1 AP action, can remove status effects or tokens or other little things from your operatives. Seems like a nice thing to have when you only have 3 actual dudes.
Yeah, that is a incredibly useful ability. That might be the take all the time type of deal.
Yeah, I really like that one. I also really like his next one, Sow the Seeds, which basically just lets him control an objective without being on it and do actions on that objective without being on it, which is really nice. Once per turning point during this operative's activation, before or after it performs an action, you can use this rule. If you do so, select one objective marker it controls until this operative is incapacitated, or you use this rule again, or an enemy operative controls that marker. It is treated as contesting that marker with an APL of 1 and controlling it for purposes of mission actions and victory conditions. Note this would allow this operative to perform a mission action that will require it to control that marker. Seems like a very good ability when you only have 3 dudes and you need them to be moving around. He goes, touches your objective on your side, and then can leave and go do other things.
Yeah.
Without abandoning all hope of scoring points. Seems very nice.
Yeah. So yeah, I was also thinking like this is going to be very situational, but yeah, you have them run over your home point, or have them. I mean, you probably turn 1 could get on your home point,
almost definitely.
But depending on what,
and
then
most definitely, yeah.
Yeah, but then they basically just like have a little psychic action sitting on it, and they can that's nice for stuff like loot and stuff too, because you don't have to you can go out and push towards them to get their stuff, and you can continue to loot your back point, like you said, essentially, since you only got 5 operatives, and especially if the ranger guy dies, your dogs are basically worthless.
Yeah,
I mean, for that stuff.
So it gives them a little bit more, economy of missions. I don't know if it's necessarily the most useful of the Stone Singers things that it can do. Next, we got Wind's Grace. It just lets it pick an Exodite and increase its speed to 1 higher than it currently is. So speed 3 goes to speed 4, 4 goes to 7. Seems useful if they're just standing out in the open, which they're all standing out in the open.
And then speed is, once you make your move, speed stays there until you activate again, right?
I believe so, yes.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, 24 rules.
Yeah, I guess scroll back 17 pages to get to that piece. I've got 2 tabs open and I still can't.
The last one's just kind of a fun little blast or like psychic attack, essentially, which is the
Earthen Wrath.
I can't say it. We're all having problems with words tonight.
Tristan's doing fine. You and I are the ones falling over everything.
Welcome to Earthen Wrath.
So if you let's see, operative has the following range weapon: Earthen Wrath, 4 attacks on 3s, 4/3. Dev 2 saturate Earthen Wrath. Earthen Wrath, if the target is in cover, this weapon has a lethal 5 rule. So
yes. And for specific speed, goes away if you don't sprint during an activation. So your speed
Gotcha.
goes, if you
Oh.
continue to sprint, your speed will either increase or stay the same. But as soon as you don't sprint for an entire activation, that's when you go back to speed -3.
So you could speed, you could sprint, get up to 7, and then the next turn, if you don't do, is it next turn then you're, so say next turn you move only like 3 inches, you drop down?
If you So speed, basically it checks at the end of every sprint action. If you've moved 4 during that sprint action, you get 4. If you've moved 7, you get 7. If you've moved less
Gotcha.
than 3, you get 3. So it is basically just after every sprint action, it will check what your speed is, and that will be your according speed.
Okay.
Interestingly, I just think this is very funny about the psychic shooting attack that the Stone Singer has. It's not actually psychic. So
Yeah, it doesn't have the psychic
so it can actually be a psychic attack that can shoot sisters.
Yeah, they didn't. I wonder if they'll errata that.
Well,
They
it's
have
not.
to, right?
Yeah, it's got to be because I mean, even the description, their eldritch gesture
Gesture.
Gesture.
Gesture can command eruptions.
Their eldritch
and
gesture of earth and wrath can command eruptions of rocky shards.
Yeah.
Is that like the 7th Rocky movie, Rocky Shards? That's like his son.
Yeah.
Rocky Shards is what happens when he takes too many shots to the gut.
Yeah. We are very good at reviewing stuff. And then hey, you know what? I like this one because it's got pictures on the next little card.
It's because this comes with templates.
No, I'm at the tokens. The templates confuse me. They don't have fun pictures.
They actually, because this team is also great, it comes with an immense amount of FAQs that explain how the turning thing works.
That's
because
good.
it is important to note. You can specifically only pivot from the front, middle, or back of your base of the smallest points of the oval.
Also,
and that's what those little things are for.
Nice, that's good. I'm glad they have a lot of FAQs because there's going to be a lot of them. But did we cover the most important thing about this team yet?
What's that?
No.
They have their own little colors for like all their text and stuff. It's not orange. It's like a new fun sea blue. I kind of like that. I hope like future teams have it like a color scheme to match it. So like mechanics would be the red. You know, if there's a guard team, they'd have that classic Cadian green. You know, if it's a Cadian or something. Alpha Legion would probably be the same color as these guys, but so on and so forth.
I'm not mad at it. My thing is that you won't get your cards mixed up if you are using cards, because I feel like sometimes I throw my my just universal equipment in my TAC Ops cards, and then I can never figure out which one I put in there. So if they have that, I'd like that. So good call by you, Connor.
And they happen occasionally.
All right, they also do have strategy plays. All of these are fine.
You know what?
I will describe them as perfectly fine. If they had less restrictions, they'd be okay. I'd be all right with this.
I'm glad like 3 of them are pretty simple, just like one sentences. You know, that was a nice thing. I was like, oh boy, here's all this works.
All their strategy ploys and firefight ploys and equipment gets infinitely less complex than the rest of their rules.
I think they just got tired of writing rules when they got to this point.
Fuck it. They get balanced if they move quick. If in shooting, make one for melee. If they move faster, it's ceaseless.
Yep. Yes. You have your balanced if moving. You have your melee reroll if moving. Awesome. You have. I like Sinuous Flux is interesting. If you're moving, what is this? Is shooting?
If they're more than 6 and you have speed 4 or higher, they can't reroll attack dice.
Nice.
Which is actually that's going to be incredibly like useful for this team because they just like we talked about get shot to shit. So anything you can do to just try and make it be a dice game with no rerolls. We're playing Old World now.
Yeah, you're stacking as many defensive buffs as you can on people shooting you because you're gonna get shot.
Old World and 3rd edition Heresy and old 40k. And I don't know how many rerolls are in Sigmar, but maybe that game.
Next thing you know, you're not going to be able to measure your charges.
Oh no. Write them down. It's pretty simple. If they move and they end within control range of an enemy operative, if they move more than 4 inches, they can inflict 1 damage on 1 enemy operative. If they move more than 7 inches or are a clan blade, they can inflict D3 damage. Simple. I like this strat because I like playing Nemesis Claw, and I do this all the time to people already.
Yeah.
So it's fine. Survivalist Spirit. Ignore changes.
Firefight ploys now.
Yes. Firefight ploys. Survivalist Spirit. Before or after. During an activation or counteraction, before or after it performs an action, ignore any changes to the operative's weapon stat from being injured. Cool.
So that's, you've already taken 13 wounds. So
it's already. I did the math already. Overall, they have less wounds than a 6-man Space Marine team.
Awesome. Well, they save on 3s though, and they can't retain cover for shit. But yeah.
Then we have. I'm gonna skip Leap for a second because that's my favorite one. We have Feral Hunger. You can reroll with the Drigsteed Fangs or Talons, or Fangs and Talons, which is the weapon for the little guys. So you have a reroll strat for them.
They're relentless.
Yeah.
Basically.
And then
why don't they just call it relentless instead of saying you can reroll any of your attack dice?
I don't know. That's interesting.
I mean, that's I'm reading that right? It's just relentless, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you have Writing Mastery. They can pick up a marker, place a marker, do a mission action while moving. It's fine. They're moving all the time, so they probably need stuff like this.
Yeah.
But Leap, the most interesting one, the one that can provide some amounts of shenanigans. Pretty simple that it sounds. You can use this when they perform a sprint. Instead of moving like you normally would, you remove them from the kill zone and you set them back up within 1 inch horizontally of where they were originally. Can't be measured through terrain features that are more than 2 inches tall. Can't land on advantage that's more than 2 inches tall. And then they're treated as having moved 3 inches. I think there's some fun shenanigans there just because of how dumb and dumb shaped their base is. Moving 1 inch away from their base is a huge distance.
Yeah, this looks like you could basically like hop in place, spin around, and put yourself in combat with someone, or get out of combat.
You could. It's effectively letting you jump about like almost 4 inches in any direction because their base is about 3 inches long, which is a ridiculous size.
Yeah, and you could also use this to like spin around basically and run the other way, or it's good
for future setup things that you want to do.
Yeah.
I think it's got some interesting play. Like the frustration I have with this team is I keep seeing combos and then they turn out to not actually be combos because they have added restrictions onto a lot of the things they can do. Because like I think about like it'd be cool with your Clan Blade with the Moonsung Call, which allows them to sprint after killing something. But that specifically says after they've moved forward, so you can't leap and then Moonsung Call. Even though that would just make sense, and I feel like that would give them a lot of ability to redirect themselves. I feel like this team has a lot of cool rules that don't interact enough with each other to create interesting situations for them. And then on top of that, all of the restrictions that they have been given. I don't know how to feel about this. Equipment-wise, their equipment is really simple. We have Dragon Scale Mesh, which is just in roll defense step. You can chain one of your normal successes as a critical success instead, once per turn. Awesome, fine. Clan Talismans is just purity seals, I believe. Roll 2 or more fails, you can discard one of them to retain another as a normal success.
Yep.
Also fine. Crystal Matrices, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that.
Matrices. Liliathan. Let Connor and I take a shot at it. We can't pronounce anything. Right? Liliathan Crystal Matrices.
Once per turning point, you can give piercing to their gun, to a solar carbine or a long rifle. Also fine.
Yeah.
That's just the lay stalker. Oh, okay, no, because there's two range
yeah,
attacks.
they
in
all
the same
have a
area.
solar carbine or a long rifle. And then Spirit Stones, when one of your mounted operatives die, you gain a CP. So that's 3 CP for the game. You'll have an extra 3 CP by the end of turn 1. So that's great.
Nice. Let's go.
And 2 dogs to use them with.
Yeah, it'll be.
We
That's
get to
what
be like the Baja Men and ask who let the dogs out, and then they can go crazy.
Yeah. And that's, I mean, all of their rules. I'd like to say I have found a bunch of cool combos to do with them, but I really haven't. I feel like that's the biggest frustration, is their restrictions have really killed any potential for cool combos. I think like on Tomb World, they're like kind of fine because they can actually hide behind walls and not get shot immediately. On Volcus, I don't think they have a chance at doing anything interesting.
The best part of this this FAQ errata that they put in with it, basically FAQ, is they basically on it they say, just don't play Beta Decima with them.
Yeah. Which oddly enough, I think they might just be kind of broken good on Beta Decima.
Yeah.
Because there's more ways they can actually get not shot, and they're ridiculously fast. So as soon as you let them climb vantages, they're going to just run over. But the team doesn't work.
It says in Killzone Beta Decima, question, in Killzone Beta Decima, can mounted operatives climb gantry and thermometric condenser terrain features? Answer, yes, taking precedence over Drake's Steed agility faction rule, but the Exodite Dragon Master kill team is not recommended to be used in that kill zone.
Maybe it's because they'd be so broken, and that's why. Because they thought this team's going to need a lot of restrictions to keep them fair,
Yeah.
And also, boy, did they give them restrictions.
They don't get to teleport on Tomb World. Yeah. They just flat out can't use the teleport pad.
Yeah. That's dumb. You can't send a dinosaur through a teleporter?
Yeah. You can't even force your opponent to teleport a dinosaur. If someone tries to teleport on a teleport pad that a dinosaur is on, you move the dinosaur off of the pad.
Yeah.
They should teleport into the dinosaur in some like Jeff Goldblum fly type of deal, and then this is now a new NPO that both of you have to deal with. So like imagine you teleport like a Chaos Space Marine into a dinosaur. Now the mission's completely different than if it's like a guardsman into a dinosaur.
Yeah.
They can use descent holes though. So and it just
Descent continues to win as the best game mode, man.
Yeah.
More Descent. Everyone should play Descent.
It's a good time.
I had a really good time with it.
Yeah.
We got to do the full board 2v2 Descent.
Yeah, I gotta say, I did like 2 matches of that. It was fun. I gotta test it some more because it's a good.
That sounds fun.
It's very fun. It's just a matter of, do you allow your allies' abilities to affect your own models? And I say yes, because who cares about balance? Because having a guards commsman like buff up a Space Marine is incredibly fun.
Yeah, sounds hilarious.
Yeah.
I love the idea of a guardsman giving a Space Marine an inspiring enough speech that they actually do more things.
Well, I mean, maybe he's just giving them orders from high command. It doesn't necessarily have to be a speech. He's just like, hey, we figured out this.
I like the speech idea better.
Okay.
I mean, maybe he's he's that one guardsman that can inspire Space Marines.
Yeah.
So, and it doesn't just get shoved out of the way so they can shove a bolter up somebody's ass.
Yeah.
I actually just read that chapter.
Yeah. So yeah, those are the rules. If you look on the website, it actually shows you how movement works because there's markers that come with it, tokens basically that come with it, show you how to actually move, how to pivot and stuff. Tristan mentioned that earlier in the FAQ, but real weird team.
Insanely weird. I feel like in a few months when they make some changes and let them take cover, they will be very good. I think they have the ability to be good if they don't get shot immediately.
Yeah.
Because you're moving really fast. You can go mostly anywhere you want to within a 45-degree range, which isn't that bad. Like, they have the ability to score. They have the ability to move. They're ridiculous stat lines. They're going to kill stuff basically instantly in melee. I mean, just flat out having 6 attacks that hit on 3s, insanely good into most things.
Who would have thought?
You just got to get there die in the process.
Yeah.
Easier said than done.
Yes,
absolutely.
As far as equipment, though, I think like besides the spirit stones, I think all their equipment you take it every game because you don't need ladders.
Mhm.
I guess you could put barricades and razor wire to slow them down, but you're probably going to want to be running at
You're
them
gonna break your own
anyways.
barricades anyway.
Yeah. Like
Because-
That's
maybe
true,
razor
yeah.
wire at like the very end of a section you just know you're
that
not
you
gonna
just
go
don't want to
for.
go to. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they mentioned specifically you cannot use smoke on these guys. Even if you have 2 smoke grenades, you they cannot get the benefits of smoke.
Sadness.
So you don't need smoke. You can take grenades, but
Why?
I guess like stun grenades
Yeah.
could be useful depending on
Maybe.
matchups. You know, like into Marines, stun grenades are never bad.
Yeah, I
Even
mean,
if
stun
you-
grenades just feel like matchup dependent more than it
Yeah.
ever is team dependent. Like I don't know any team that takes stun grenades all the time.
Maybe you bring mines. Mines are a fun piece of equipment. Maybe they're a little bit
Maybe.
more useful.
Yeah,
I mean, it's like 3 damage. It's 2D. It's D3 plus 1, right?
that's fair.
I think.
Anything that
So-
you can do to not interact and still do damage seems nice.
Yeah.
So would you, if you ran over your own mine, normally you set it off, right?
Yeah. So you got to put it at the edge.
So mines aren't qualified as equipment terrain, right? So they just go off.
I thought
They're
I saw something
technically a token, right?
I
is
thought
the
I saw
actual
someone say
mine.
you don't destroy a mine, it would go off.
Yeah.
I mean, you could tank that. You know,
Yeah, 24 wounds.
you got 24
It'll be
wounds.
fine. I mean, by the time you get to the mine, you probably have like 14, but you know.
Yeah. I think I mean, like you said, Tristan, I think once, maybe that's why they came out last week is because we're going to get data slate in 2 days and they're going to already change them.
And make this entire conversation pointless.
Yay!
I mean, to be fair, you listen to the podcast. Most of our conversations are pointless.
Yeah,
so.
but they're
That's
entertaining.
like part of the
Chuck.
joy of it. You know?
Yeah. But so Candy Roll Crit said they're A tier.
Is that legitimately? I don't watch it.
He said that in his video. I don't know if he legitimately meant it. I saw Tanner on Discord mentioned that he's seen a few TTS games with them and they didn't make it past turn 2.
Yeah.
Because they just get nuked.
I think they are like B, maybe A, if they get changes.
Yeah.
They are definitely not.
They have a lot of cool stuff, like you said. It's just a lot of restrictions.
Mm-hmm. Which, I mean, honestly, totally fair. This is a ridiculous team to exist.
Yeah.
It's 3-4 APL operatives with 24 wounds. I'm sure they had no idea how this would work in balance and just were like, restrict
Better
them.
to be safe than sorry, you know?
It's easier.
Especially because it seems like there's a very limited amount of these boxes going around.
Yeah.
If it feels like they whenever they balance teams, they balance them against the other team in the box. I wonder if they literally just balance these guys against the Squig Hog Riders.
Oh god. Yeah. I mean,
and that's and they're just like, oh man, we are murdering them. Like they can't do anything, and they probably have. I don't know. Did the rules come out for those guys yet?
I mean, they're just NPOs. I don't think they have specific rules.
They're gonna have specific missions for them in the book, but I don't think Exodite mission pack exists.
Oh, there we go.
It's in the end.
And the they also have an architecture terrain pack.
That's pretty cool.
Only the terrain is in the Exodite mission pack. That's all it's in there right
now. Local guides my area, and then KTC member Patrick has already started like making 3D printable sources of it. I was telling him we might need to get some of those and then make like an Exodite board for CritCon or something, because that'd be pretty sweet just to have like on one of the lower tables.
Yeah, I want to get some of that stuff for doing a big hobby board with them, because that's the main thing I'm excited about these teams is they're beautiful models. They're gonna be
they look awesome.
Like I'm gonna spend like a year painting these guys and actually like trying for once.
Nice. I'm excited to see their bits, having right now being on a big like Corsair kit bash vibe. I'm like, give me some cool helmets, because like
I want to know
an Exodite could join Corsairs for a little bit type of deal.
Yeah, totally. I want to see all of their bits. The models are amazing and beautiful and super cool. And I'm glad, as much as they are a ridiculous team to exist in Kill Team, I'm glad I get to play them in my favorite game instead of having to go play 40K to play with them.
Yeah, but I'm really interested to see once we hear some more people getting some reps. I know, like I said, I know they're on TTS. Haven't I think most of the content creators did not get them early from what I hear. So or if they did, there was some embargo or something. So we haven't seen any like bat reps with them to see how they do. And
well, if you subscribe to the Patreon, me and Chuck are about to go play one on Tabletop Simulator.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
We'll just fucking lie like any good content creator.
Yeah.
But yeah, so kids, any final thoughts on this team? It looks cool, neat rules, sucks right now. That's my synopsis.
Yeah,
that's where I'm sitting. They look really cool. They look really great. Maybe someday they'll be good. I don't really care
until they get their own sub faction in 40k. Like, do we think Eldari Codex for 11th is going to be all about these lads?
I want it to be.
Yeah.
I want them to be basically like the Eldari equivalent of like a knight faction, like Imperial Knights. Like they just get bigger and bigger dinosaurs. Like the like these should be the smallest unit that they have for Exodites, and the rest of them are just bigger and bigger.
Brontosaurus.
Fuck it, why not? That'd be sick.
I mean, like most of their art is them riding like long neck dinosaurs and things like that with the Velociraptors too.
I want like one or two dudes still standing not on dinosaurs, so it's easier to kit bash their bits and pieces. But like or maybe like those will be guys on top. I can't remember what the name of the faction is in Lord of the Rings that like rides the big war elephants, something like that. Yeah, where you just have a couple of dino guys, but they're not actually mounted, so they're very easy to like repose and stuff.
Yeah, that would be super cool.
I feel like whenever a team comes out and people are like, oh, this team sucks, I'm eternally the like, or this team's broken good, I'm eternally the like, you know what, I think they're gonna be fine. Like, I think we just need to play them. We just need to figure them out. We need to unlock the secret sauce. This is like the first team that I've ever been like, yeah, these guys kind of suck.
They're having a hard time.
So Tristan, you're just going classic, like maybe not box art, but just like relatively as is models. Chuck, do you have any crazy conversion kit bash plans for these guys?
Come on, bro. You know I don't.
I mean, all right.
I've already got Exodites. I have them with me right now. I already have them.
Let's see them.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you've been working on them.
I have a dinosaur on a dinosaur. That's already an Exodite right there. That's
awesome.
Fine.
Perfect.
They do happen to be already the exact right base size. So I will probably, in addition to just painting normal Exodites, I'm going to make a conversion team with Seraphon from AOS and do them that way.
Sweet. That'll
probably be the team that I actually play, because I know that I will be painting these Exodites forever and they will not be in a playable condition for a very long time.
Nice.
The dogs are actually on 32s.
They are, yeah.
I feel like other dogs are usually like 28s.
I think so.
Well, kind of. I mean, like the Wolf Scouts wolf is on a weird one.
Oval base, but
that's not the dog. That's the leader of the team.
The Croots are on 28s. The Exaction, I think, might be a 25. The Rogue Trader is definitely 25 because the entire team is 25s.
They're predominantly either the same size or smaller than their team.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we get a quick buff to them so they can be viable. But Connor, what about you? You were asking us about kit bashes.
Dino nuggets. I gotta find 3D prints of dinosaur shaped chicken nuggets, and I'll do some stupid shit like that. That or like AdMech.
We're writing the dino nuggets.
Yeah.
I think you could just get some like modeling clay and if you sculpt it yourself.
Yeah, I mean that would probably work.
No, sculpt. Yeah, and then you have to sculpt like Grimace riding the dino nugget.
Yeah. Ooh, that'd be pretty good. Yeah. One will be like Wendy's, one will be Grimace, and one will be the Burger King.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, well, if you want a like more in-depth where Man Reed's book version of this, Canyon Roller Crit did one that I watched the other day, and but I don't know if you need to. I think we hit the high points with less like reading every goddamn rule.
We also have the rules online for free for everybody now, so that's always fun.
Yeah. And I'll put them in the video version of this too. So if you already listened this far and then you want to see the rules, go back and watch the video. So but yeah. So kids, any final thoughts on the Exodites? Yeah.
Dinosaurs are cool.
Dinosaurs are sick.
Dino DNA, baby.
Yeah.
Give me a Mechanicus team, please. I know that's not
Yeah.
related, but
I mean,
come on.
just
I'm
get some of their horse dudes.
yeah, I mean,
They're
like I'll
always
use
fun.
that, but I'm just manifesting a cool ad mech or even dark mech team at this point.
No, only conversion teams for you forever, Connor.
No, I'm already doing another conversion right now. I'm making a tank for a team idea I have.
You literally text me and Nick. You're like, guys, I'm heading home. What should I kit bash?
No, I texted you. I'm excited to get home and to work on a kit bash, and I love kit
Gotcha.
bashing. But I would also just like to have a Mechanicus team that maybe the most kit bashing I do is like replace a gun or two, and not have to drop a lot of money on kits.
Battleclade.
I said cool Mechanicus team, Chuck.
Yeah.
Make Battleclade cool.
That's impossible.
No, they're sick, dude.
Actually, that's not impossible. I've seen plenty of cool people do cool conversions, but it is impossible for me.
I don't know why you can't just make it like Skitari or something.
Skitari don't hit on 4s, Chuck. Skitari hit on 3s.
These are dumber Skitaris. How about that?
That's not a thing.
Remove all the heads from the Skitari. Now
yeah, Skitaris with those heads. Yeah.
Yeah.
No?
No.
Connor's not buying it?
Not buying it.
It's amazing to me how deep you're like, no, that's not the lore. They shouldn't do that. It's like, whatever, convert them. They look cool.
I'll do conversions for everything and that, but Skitari, you know that meme of like, is it Mars where she's like, I just think they're neat, like from The Simpsons, you know, talking about like potatoes or something. That's me with Skitari and 40K. There's a bunch of awesome, cool lore, but where I really draw the line is my little stupid skits, and I love them. They're my little Skittles, and I will not do them dirty by making them represent servitors on the tabletop. They are way cooler than servitors.
Yeah. Well, you know what's really cool? Our Patreon.
Yeah, they are.
So, yeah. So I want to say we do a Patreon, patreon.com/VoxCascadia podcast, where we give you a little extra content. We give you some extra bullshit, usually not about Kill Team afterwards.
No. Last week we actually did talk Kill Team. That was like a first time ever.
Why did you do that? That's not what I subscribed for.
I'm sorry. Thank you for being a subscriber, though, Tristan. And if you want to be cool like they are, you can go to patreon.com/VoxCascadia. Right?
Podcast.
Fuck. I'm so close. Normally you have Tyler do it, so I just kind of like don't pay attention.
I mean, Tyler doesn't know what it is either.
Yeah, exactly.
So I want to say thank you to our Patreons. So Sam, Zarin, Cody, Zach, Greg, Highlander, Rob McLeod, LAFC's on a little run there. Timbers are too. Ryan Hagedorn, James Nevitt, Happy Stick, Tanner, Jordan, Jenna, Sean, quit fucking with the mic, Connor, Nick,
looking at
Scott,
Fire,
Keaton Thomas, Mark Meyer. They just got Lewandowski. They should be doing pretty good. William Klaus, Tristan, Riley, Trench Fever, Evan Hamilton. So yeah, you can join in there, and you know, we, like I said, we just kind of, we give some extra bullshit, we do some extra content, you can vote on stuff, and you get to see exclusive pictures early of popcorn. So
yeah, you do. Not the food,
we did a photo shoot,
but like a cute dog.
The dog. Yeah. So
maybe next week we'll do food.
Yeah. Tristan, anywhere people can find you. You got any social media, or are you smart?
No, don't find me.
Perfect. Yeah. But yeah, what do you you were coming to Killscream this year, I assume?
Yes. I probably won't play in Killscream.
Okay.
That's fair.
Disappointing.
All right.
I plan to play Inquisitor though.
Nice.
Inquisitor.
Yeah. We just talked to Don the other, I think today, and he's looking to do it. Did you play it last year?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
It was so fun. I think the experience was a little bit tilted by the fact that it was 4 Kill Team players, so we kind of devolved into just killing each other way quicker than I think he expected, but it was an amazing experience. It's such a fun game.
Good. Yeah, I think he's going to run a couple this year. It's one of those things where if you have your own convention, like I do, I don't get to go do the cool shit at my convention. Like I want to take classes from Matt DiPietro and play Inquisitor, and instead I just had to keep running back and forth to the bar to get drinks.
You act like you wouldn't do that regardless.
That's true, but I would be playing stuff while I was drinking.
Yeah.
So, and not getting yelled at by the old world people. So, you can find
battles, Chuck. Old World's the new boring bad version.
Yeah. No, actually, Old World is the new hotness.
Fuck, you're right.
Warhammer Fantasy Battles is the why are you playing?
You know, I actually did play Old World yesterday. It was pretty fun.
Why?
Someone asked if I wanted to and said they'd provide models, and I was like, yeah, why not? I'll try a game.
Connor will try anything twice. So, we do have social media because we're fools. I'm at Painting Cave Minis. Connor's at Spanaway on everything, where you can see his collection of feed picks. Tyler's at Lowbrow Minis. We are at Vox Cascadia. Max is also Blind Observer. I think the O is a 0.
Yes.
We're also on the YouTubes at Vox Cascadia. So, Tristan, thanks for hanging out and going through dinos with us. I know you were trying to get a game before this, but doesn't sound like you were able to get one. So as soon as you get one, though, will you definitely report back?
Yes.
And let us know how that goes, because I'm really curious to hear more people how they do with the dinos.
Tell you how much I cried.
How much you cried. So, Connor, can you do the sign off for us?
Yes. Also, really quick, we mentioned Inquisitor. Don's asking about it in our KTC chat. Our chats have been reorganized by Tyler, so look under the other GW games, but you can go let him know what you want to do at CritCon this year. But in the meantime, we love you. Good night.